So hi guys, in this video we'll explore some services provided by Foursquare. Foursquare is a company which provides location-based services. It also provides API for developing our own custom location-based services. You can read about the Foursquare company in this official website of it. To get the API access, first what we should do is we should create an account in developer site. You can just hover on the developer word and you can see the documentation, support and everything. So just click this, click the docs link and probably it will take you to the developers page. So in this page, it has provided the details how to create your developer account. So you can follow this link. You have a link here. Just click that link and start creating your developer account. You have to provide your application details first while creating. After to get the API access, you have to provide app details. You will see the UI something like this one, where you should provide the app name and the URL of the company. You can put any name in the app name. Also, the company name, you can put your own custom website. Just make sure it follows the URL pattern. Once you are done with it, Foursquare will give you the credentials. It gives you client ID and the client secret, which are important to authenticate the API or application. So you will see something like below with some details are not shown here, but yeah, you will see the details in your application. Make sure you copy those details, the client ID and client secret, in a text file or JSON file, because it needs to access the data from the API. And the next thing, you can test the API. So you can see the code snippet of Python. And this URL is important to fetch the data based on certain location, whatever you want to explore. So you have to provide the client ID, something which you get from the above step, client secret as usual, and the version of the API. So you can provide the same thing, it works. And lat long. So first one is latitude and the second one is longitude. So this is important because if you want to explore coffee shops in certain location, you have to provide the location details, right? Basically coordinates. That's what it is. So once you pass this in the request.get, you will see the JSON data pertaining to the location which you provide, and you will see the coffee shops. Basically, here you are limiting to one, so we only get one coffee shop, but you can change the limit. You can test the API passing your own client ID and client secrets. So I have already done this procedure and I have saved in my local system. Apart from this, you can also check this website to configure your application. But this article, I think it's written very long back, so the UI is not yet changed. But this one, it's from official Foursquare website. You can follow with this link. Anyhow, I'll provide these links in the description box, so please do check it out. Coming to the main thing, here we are trying to pass the query coffee, but we can't simply search for some random place, right? You have to provide a standard place name or standard place details which you want to explore. You can't simply provide random place. To know what all things you can pass, you can visit this site. It's again from official Foursquare website. Here you have the names of the categories and the ID. So basically you have main category and the subcategories. So whatever comes inside the category is known as a subcategory. So all these categories which come under this main category, they are called as subcategories. So basically we have arts and entertainment. Likewise, we have college and university, if you scroll down. And all these things are the subcategories of the college and university. So all these things we can pass. We have so many details here, which you can explore probably. What I did now, I simply scraped all these names along with the category IDs, and I have saved in my local file. Let me show you the code, what I did. So this is the category scraper, the file name. So I'm importing the few packages: request, JSON, OS, codex, and beautiful soup. Here I'm passing the URL of the website. So basically I'm passing this website detail, a website link to scrape these details, right? So we have to provide that URL. And apart from that, I'm also passing the category class, which you can find in the inspection of certain category. If you just click right click and check for inspection. Sorry. You will get the HTML code. And when you hover on the name, you will see the changes in the left side. So basically we want all these names, right? If you go to the main division, you can see we have unordered list with class, venue, categories, wrapper, SC, and some code. If you put the cursor on that UL class, you will see all these details getting highlighted. And that's that area we want to scrape, right? That's what I have provided here. And I'm having a function or a method where I'm scraping all the details and saving it in a JSON file. The problem with this code is I couldn't save as per the level. So here you have a main category level and the subcategory levels, right? I couldn't save in that order. It was kind of difficult for me to do, and I was, focusing much on this. Rather, I was, what I found is one simple technique which I would like to share. If you want this code, you can probably run it in your system, but I have commented it. What I did now, I simply opened this URL, which is right here. In this, you can observe the categories with main category and the subcategories. So main categories here have double slashes in front of the name, and subcategories have 3 hashes in front of the subcategory name. I just had to loop through all these names and check for the hashes, the count of hashes. And that's how I was able to differentiate which is main category and which is subcategory. So this GitHub gist is given by Aaron Cruz. So it was helpful for me to use his GitHub gist, and I was able to scrape easily. The following code, you will see the simple procedure, basically looping through each name and checking for hashes, the count of hashes, and then separating all the details. So here I get the main categories, the list of main categories, the dictionary basically. And similarly, I also get the subcategories. I just need to somehow, map them together with each item that has a main category and the subcategories in it. So I completely save it as a list and return that data in the form of JSON. Let me show you the file, sample file. So this is the file name where you have all the categories. If I open that, you will see Foursquare venues as the main uh, venues from the Foursquare website, and you will see the list of items where each item has a main category with subcategories, and this is good compared to what we saw earlier, where where you can't differentiate the categories, right? So let me just close all these windows. Uh, I'll provide all these links in the description box. You can check that later. All right. I'll just cut this. Yeah. So this is about Scraper, which we got from the Foursquare website. Coming to creating our own custom application to test the API, something like POC, proof of concept. I have done this basic project. Let me execute and show you the results as we go. So again, I'm reading the ORS token, which we saw in the earlier video. Open root services. To create the APIs from ORS and Mapbox, I will again provide the blog website, which I have written personally. Let me open that for you. So this is my blog website, and you can go to geospatial analysis. The first blog explains you how to create a open root service API along with Mapbox API. So you can check the steps and create for yourself. I'll again provide this link in the description box. Let me just read the API now. We will also read the Foursquare venues, basically this file. So we are doing that with the help of JSON module to load the JSON file. The type is dictionary because we can see it has keys and values, right? To check the length of the data, we have 10 main categories, and in that we have subcategories. So this counts the count of main categories. Likewise, we have 10 main categories in it. Now I'm reading the Foursquare credentials, which I explained you already, how to create the credentials and other stuff. Again, the type is dictionary here. So this fcreds is the file that has, the object that has these credentials. The keys are URL format, lat-lon, category ID, client secret, and the limit, including version. Let me show you how the API URL looks. This is the format, guys. So here you have to provide the lat-lon. So LL stands for lat-lon. And here you have to provide the category ID. Here client ID, client secret, the limit. It can be any number, and the version. So this is the string format, and I have provided curly braces for values to be filled. We can use format method of string to fill the values correspondingly. Next thing is I'm extracting the main category names, including the values. So first one extracts the main category names. So basically these values, this one and this one. Likewise, it extracts the keys. Similarly, this code extracts the values. But note one thing, we have file format as JSON, and in that we have some complex JSON format. Like this is one item, right? And in that we have two items, again, like two keys, subcategories and main categories. In the main category, we have this name, and this value. That's what I'm trying to scrape from each item, each dictionary. Similarly, I'm extracting the subcategories. This is the function to extract the subcategories. So Foursquare provides services based on the location, right? We need to provide the location which we want to explore the details. It can be coffee, it can be colleges, it can be anything. For that purpose, we should provide, we should pass a device, either device location or our own custom location. So this function gets the device location. So basically this API, this link is again an API. If you open the link in the browser, it gives you the details of where the device is located. So I'm just scraping the city name there. By default, this is given, okay? But if you want to change the location, you can simply use Geocode function. So here, this takes the help of ORS API, where we need to pass our ORS API key. And that's how we can get the location coordinates. By default, ORS gives you in the format of longitude and latitude. We need to reverse that to get latitude and longitude. So here I'm reversing it. So let's just execute this. After executing, we need to initialize the app. This is my Jupyter Dash application. So I'm importing the Jupyter Dash package, right? Basically, this opens a Dash application in the Jupyter environment. Let's initialize the application. And before initializing it, I'd like to explain what this is. This is basically the CSS file to style your application. And I'm passing this along with the inside the class of initializing. Here I'm passing the main name and external style sheets. So basically it styles your application using this format, CSS format. After that, we have to design the layout of the application. So this code, basically the design front end part of the application, right? It has this drop down values where you can pick the category and work with it. So this is the main category drop down, and this is the subcategory drop down. And here you get the map content. So whatever place location you give, based on that place location, it extracts the query results and plots the data on the map. Okay. So if you execute this, and yeah, this is the layout. So nothing is seen just now. After this, we should also code backend part. This is the backend code. It deals with callbacks and other stuff. So basically the Dash callbacks. So this is the code for visualizing the map. And here I'm extracting all the coordinate values, including the name, the location name, and the category name as well. Let's just execute this and we'll see how the application looks. So once we execute the backend code, we should also run the server. So when we run the server, you will see the application opening inside the notebook. So you will see the main category and the subcategory. So if you just click the drop down, you will see the 10 items, 10 categories, which we saw here. And if you select the subcategory, you don't get see now because there is no main category selected. First thing, we should select the main category. So once you select the main category, then the subcategory drop down opens with all the values. And these values, these basically are the subcategories of the main category. So in this website we saw, right? Let me cut this. Yeah. Here we have arts and entertainment. This is the main category. And here we have subcategories. So all these details you will see in the drop down, second drop down. If you cut this, this vanishes. So make sure you select this and then select any of the drop down value. And by default, this gives me the device location, which is Hyderabad. So here you can see the aquariums in the Hyderabad location. I think the limit is 10, I guess. I'm using the limit 10 here. Yeah. And that's why it is giving me only 10 locations. Actually, it is giving me 5 because maybe it didn't find 10 values from the API. Maybe that can be the issue. You can also change the place name here. You can simply change up. If you remove the Hyderabad name and we can put the any location name. Make sure the location name is standard. We can put Bangalore and press enter. So when you press enter, you will see the Bangalore location where and all the aquariums are present. You can select a different category, but if you select different category, this changes and the app also vanishes. Now again, you should select the subcategory type. Based on that, it gives you the location details, where and all it is available. I think there's no stoop sale event in Bangalore right now, but again, there can be limitations because we are using free API. If we had used API pricing API, then it would have showed you the details. So free API gives you limited services, but it's good to use, and this was a nice implementation for me. I learned so many things. Yeah. Let's check other event. Let's see festival, if there is any festival happening in Bangalore. Okay, there's nothing there. If you go other event, yeah, you get the details there. So in the place Kafnu, if you zoom in, you will see Kafnu location there, but yeah, there is a Bangalore club. Beside that, we have some clubs happening, but yeah, you can check out that. So I think you can change to any place name here. If you put, let's keep California. I don't think we can see the results, but we can test for it. We will select the other category. We'll go with food, and here we'll go with some restaurant. I think you will see the results. Yeah. So this application opens in the Jupyter Notebook environment. However, you can open this in browser also. So I'll show you the way to do it. Let me just open the command prompt and run the application. Let me just copy the link of this. Yeah, you get the same application here. Yep, it's working. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked it, and thanks all.